Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Today, many of us are also standing in our own battlefields. Not with weapons, but with stress, confusion, fear, relationships, and purpose in life. The Gita is not a book of religion alone. It is a manual for life. It teaches us how to make decisions when we are confused, how to stay calm in difficult situations, how to perform our duties without fear, and most importantly, how to understand who we truly are. Let's start from what is science of the soul.
All right, let's dive right into this. Today's explainer zeroes in on just one single, incredibly densely packed verse, Bhagavad Gita 1.5. So if you've ever found yourself wondering how these ancient syllables actually transform into a cohesive story, well, you are in the exact right place. We're going to do a complete linguistic deconstruction here. We'll break it down piece by literal piece to see exactly how it builds its meaning. And you know, this matters. It matters because we're going to see firsthand how these tiny, granular grammatical choices actually frame our entire understanding of ancient heroism.
Let's just take a second to look at the raw material we're dealing with. Drishtaketush chakitana, kashirajascha viryavan, purujit kontibojascha, shabyascha nara pungava. I mean, feeling the rhythm of that transliterated text is just incredible, isn't it? It has this beautifully ancient measured cadence that just pulls us right into the original source. But okay, we don't just want to sit here and admire the phonetics, right? We really want to get under the hood and understand the underlying mechanics of what is actually being said.
Now, what's really interesting here is the translation matrix we've mapped out for you. You can see the direct, one-to-one relationship between the source and the translation. Take the word drishtaketuhu. It simply becomes the name Drishtakatu. And notice that tiny repeating word ka? That neatly maps to the English also or and. Then we've got these really descriptive compound terms like viryavan, translating directly to very powerful. It's honestly a lot like popping the hood of a car, right? You want to examine the individual gears, the belts, the wires, before you step back and see how they actually make the whole engine run. So extracting the core subjects from that matrix, we get a catalog of the 6 specific fighters mentioned in just this single verse. Follow along as we go through them. Drishtaketu, Chakitana, Kashiraja, Purujit, Kuntiboja, and Shaibya. Grouping these proper names together like this reveals exactly where the text focuses its attention. It's an ancient roll call. It's making absolutely sure we know exactly who is standing on this battlefield. We aren't talking about abstract concepts of war here. These are highly specific, named individuals stepping directly into the spotlight of the narrative. But you know, a roll call of names alone, that needs context. So the crucial point here is how the text qualifies these specific individuals. Take a look at these definitions. Viryavan, which means very powerful, and Narapungava, meaning hero in human society. By contrasting those specific names with these grand, sweeping titles, we see exactly how the verse constructs its definition of heroism. It's not just about, showing up. It's about possessing immense power and occupying this exalted, heroic status within the very fabric of human society. Now, let's look at the grammatical glue holding this whole thing together. We have those raw synonyms, the specific warriors and the grand attributes we just covered. But notice the grammatical structure connecting them, that reoccurring tiny conjunction ka, meaning also or and. Look at how frequently it pops up to connect the thoughts. Kasharajascha, Kuntibojascha, Shabyascha. I mean, this repetition is entirely intentional. It acts as this rhythmic chain, explicitly linking each individual warrior to the next, and binding the whole group to those overarching concepts of power and societal heroism. It literally weaves a cohesive micro-narrative straight out of raw, isolated vocabulary.
All right, let's step back and look at the final masterpiece. Having seen the gears, the subjects, and that grammatical glue, we can bring our deconstruction full circle to the synthesized English translation. There are also great heroic, powerful fighters like Drishtaketu, Chakitana, Kashiraja, Purujit, Kuntiboja, and Shaibya. And this brilliantly illustrates how taking the time to zoom in on the raw components provides this profound clarity. It transforms what looks like a linguistic puzzle into a clear, vivid snapshot of legendary figures standing at the ready, loaded with all this contextual meaning that, frankly, we just wouldn't have fully appreciated if we had only skimmed the text. We've seen how the verse establishes these men not just as capable fighters, but explicitly as Narapungava, heroes in human society, which leads to a really fascinating thought to leave you with today. How does listing the specific names of powerful heroes set the stage for human society itself? What does it actually mean that an ancient text defines societal heroism by meticulously naming these individuals, acknowledging their power before the action even begins? It's a pretty profound lens through which to view how all historical narratives are constructed, don't you think?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,